Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's running of the NSRA. No, I messed that up. The NASRA 85. I apologize. I know too many leagues that have these abbreviations, and I'll get it right. Brady's already going to kick my butt, Will. But tonight, alongside me, as always, Will Tellier. Welcome to the booth, Will.
Yes, sir. I'm excited to be here. Brand new league for 10-4 broadcasting. Brand new race. It is not a brand new track as we're heading to everybody's favorite track, Daytona International Speedway, and I cannot wait to see what these Xfinity cars have in store for us here tonight, Tim.
Listen, I don't know about everybody's favorite, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it is my favorite to do here on iRacing. Uh, Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, you are gonna be in for a treat. Everybody who's watching is gonna be in for a treat because I race with these guys on Friday nights. So much fun. Uh, they, whenever it comes to Talladega Daytona, I'm telling you, it's a blast with these guys. So tonight you're definitely gonna get a great show. Looks like we've got about 20 drivers in the session right now. Right now they're qualifying. Right now we're looking at Ted Wade in that number 2 Chevrolet.
Yeah, Tim, we're really going to have to get to know some of these drivers here as this is our very first chance of getting to see these drivers, know these drivers, see which drivers stand out above the field here tonight. But it's a totally different setup than what everybody's used to in these Xfinity cars. I know everybody's trying to get used to those next gens, other series like that, Tim. But what's the difference between, let's say, the Xfinity car here and the next gens that everybody's been getting practice on?
I'll tell you what, the biggest difference to me is I feel like a lot of leagues run the Xfinity series car because I feel like it's just so much more stable. You can see here riding on board with Ted Wade. He's really stable with that wheel. And with the next gen car, there's a little bit more movement per se. So these cars are much easier to keep a hold of and take it to where you want to go. And I really feel like they suck up a lot faster to the back of the other vehicles as well.
Definitely, Tim. I know that's something that everybody's getting used to with those next gens as well as you do that, the bubble racing, if you will. As we're taking a look at qualifying here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the very first race of the season for this league. And as Tim just mentioned, we have 23 cars in the field here tonight. So a great first showing. Get the jitters out of the way, if you will, get the cobwebs out of the way. And we're taking a look at qualifying right now, Tim. It looks like Scruggs has that 50.35 on the board right now. Munda had just came very close to that as well, 2/100ths of a second of knocking off that pole position. And it looks like a lot of drivers are going to take that lap and see what they can do.
Now I'm gonna give you a quick little. This is what I'm gonna call. I think the last time I saw this man on track, I'm pretty sure he won the championship. It was for a Thursday night showdown series that I did probably a year and a half ago, back when 10-4 first started. I was doing this series. Who you're going to want to watch tonight? Rhett Tucker. You're going to hear that name probably a lot because that man can throw it down. I'm going to tell you that right now. He has not taken the track yet, but just remember that name.
Just remember that name, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget my name, he says. Tim, taking a look at qualifying here, still a few cars left to hit the track, including that name you just mentioned. But we'll run through the rules just for a quick jot, real quick. I know we're going to go over it once again before the race starts, but tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to run one stage of 15 laps, another stage of 30 laps. Going to put us at 45 right there at the end of stage 2, and then we're going to battle it out for that total of 85 laps here tonight, Tim. The driver's going to have 3 sets of tires on these machines here tonight, and no worries about putting that Sunoco fuel in these race cars here tonight, as we have 100% fuel capacity on these race cars. But the most difficult aspect, I believe, Tim, is no fast repairs on these race cars. So
Yeah.
You take damage to that thing, you get in trouble early, your race might be over.
And I'll tell you what, that's where things get tricky. Um, you, there are stages, so you're going to be racing for stage points. I believe the first stage is at lap. I had it in my notes. Um,
First stage?
First stage is 15 laps
Mm-hmm.
in, then stage 2 is at the end of 30 laps.
Right.
So that's going to be guys are going to be racing for those positions uh, in those moments. And a quick shout out to A Paul B 1237 on YouTube. They are this is the Xfinity series for NASRA. So this is a week one, night number one here at Daytona at night, of all places as well at Daytona. Gotta love the cars under the lights.
You always love to see those paint jobs shine in the light. As we're watching a familiar car on the track right now, the number 29 Goodwrench machine.
Oh, whoops,
Been a
yes.
while since you've seen that 29 Goodwrench machine
Yeah.
on the course, but it looks like he has just ended his qualifying lap there, Tim. And like I said, I'm actually pretty surprised with the amount of drivers that want to lay down that hot lap to start things up.
You know, we've actually had only 9 drivers throw down a lap. So a lot of these guys either looking to start on pit road or start at the back of the pack. There's a lot of strategy when it comes to Daytona and Talladega as to where guys want to start. So we're seeing that here
Yeah,
right now.
for sure, Tim,
Oh,
as we're looking.
I'm sorry, Paul. I didn't understand that question. Yes, this is the only one we're doing. I believe Friday nights you can catch the truck series on Racecraft. I know they've got quite a few different series. I believe Monday nights they've got Next Gen. Tuesday nights they've got a truck series. Wednesdays they're working on Thursdays Xfinity. Then we've got the Triple M Truck Series on Friday. Saturday they got the Super Speedway Series, and I believe they're working on another series for Sunday. So yeah, if there is a league that you want to look at, NASRA is one of those that they've got just about all kinds of racing throughout the entire week.
Yeah, what an exciting time it is to be a part of this league, Tim. You invited me to do this broadcast here tonight. I jumped in the Discord and I see there's a race every single day of the week here in this league. So if you guys are interested in racing every day in different series, like you just mentioned, there's a truck series, there's an Xfinity series, all sorts of different things to join in this league. Definitely go check out the North American Sim Racing Association if you want to get involved, or if you want to race in this series here tonight as we're still watching qualifying take place. I was astounded by how many races this league puts on each and every night.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. It it definitely takes a lot of work. And it looks
Oh,
like
the Red Dragon.
Red Dragon. I was just about to tell you that.
The old Red Dragon. I remember that guy. The old, I believe, if I'm thinking of his number right, it was 42, Alan Bledsoe, right?
Yes, Alan Bledsoe.
Man, those good old days of seeing the Red Dragon out on the course right now. But it looks like the Wade, as we were chatting there, Tim, we had some guys knock off a few guys on the pole position. Looks like Wade has overtaken for the pole right now with a 50.33, with Smith in that 51 right behind him.
Looks like they
Basically,
got a three-way
almost a
tie.
deadlock. Yeah, deadlock for that pole right now with the 29 of Bradley up there as well. And Scruggs right there in that 11, knocked down into the fourth position with 2/100th of a second. So if this is any indication of how this race is going to be, I cannot wait for the green flag to drop.
Listen, who did I tell you to watch? We're looking at the number 99 of Tucker right now. Just ran his first lap. Oh, I think he missed. Oh, he missed his second lap.
Oh,
That's great. That's funny. Well, Red Tucker was trying to come for that pole position, but looks like he's going to start sixth here tonight.
yeah. And we have that starting grid revved up for you there, folks, as you take a look. If you're watching along with us here on 10-4 Broadcasting on YouTube, or listening to just the audio here tonight, we're looking at Wade starting off in that pole position, Smith in the second position, Bradley in the third, Scruggs in fourth, and it looks like Morris is going to be fifth, Tucker in sixth, Munda in seventh, Pappas, I'm going to say in eighth, Lawrence in ninth, and Osborne's going to round out your top 10 here tonight.
Now, is that Max Pappas? No.
right, that's
I
what I
haven't
was
heard
thinking
that
of.
name in a
Oh,
long
yeah.
time. These guys are on pit lane, getting ready. Oh man, I wish I could change that view right there. That'd be a great view if it wasn't looking at a pit box. Okay, I gotta know, Will, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Somebody's pit box sign is ET. That's
Hey,
fantastic.
maybe they'll have the magic touch here tonight at Daytona. Who knows? That could just bring them good luck here.
That's funny.
Look at that. That is fantastic.
Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. Actually, it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, it's Keith Bradley's pit box square. That's
And that,
because there's the number 2, there's the 51, and then the next one would be the 29, and I'm pretty sure that's it right there.
yeah, yeah, with that good wrench machine. So he's styling out
That's
here
funny.
tonight.
That's great. How much did Spielberg pay him for that one? That's
Right, exactly. That's that little extra iRacing cash coming into flex right there a little bit. But But right now, we are just chilling out on pit road here, ladies and gentlemen. We're waiting for that pace car to lead them down into corner number 1 before the green flag drops here tonight. And here we go. We see that pace car leading them down pit road right now. Gonna get those engines warmed up just a little bit. Gonna get some wear on those tires for that green flag to drop. And as we're waiting for that green flag to drop, once again, the race details for this week 1 race of the North American Sim Racing Association, week number 1 here in the Xfinity Series. We're going to run one stage of 15 laps. That's going to end at stage 2 at 30. Total laps is going to be 85. So we'll have about a 55 lap shoot. Nope, well, something around there. I'm not very good at math. I'm good on the microphone, not good at math. Total sets of tires. We have 3 sets of tires on these machines here tonight. And as I mentioned, no worries about fuel. The Sunoco fuel truck did not come to the track here tonight as these boys have 100% fuel capacity. But Tim, the most difficult aspect of the race here tonight at Daytona is 0 fast repair. So you better watch out where you make those moves.
and I'm gonna tell you, Will, this is as a driver, this is where you've got to sit here and make the decision what you're gonna do, because do you get up front? Do you kind of do you lag in the back? I mean, there could be no cautions. I mean, you are guaranteed at least 2 at the 15 and the 30. But what I deal with on a daily basis when I come to Talladega, Daytona, is I always want to be up front. But you're up there shuffling for position to get those bonus points. Who knows what could happen? And you could end up on the wrong side of the sticks with chaos erupts. As the green flag is underway here at Daytona under the lights in the NASRA 85.
Yes, sir. As Wade and that number 2 machine is going to lead them down into corner number 1 with, looks like Smith right behind him as well, digging down into corner number 1. And this thing is on a popping here at Daytona.
And you got Bradley in the 29 on the inside lane, pushing that number 2 of Ted Wade. The outside lane led by, I believe, the 51 of Nathan Smith. Dustin Scruggs right behind him. That's another name you're going to hear a lot of. And look at that, Rhett Tucker right there, up to 5th already in that number 99. Scruggs and Tucker are teammates, so you're going to be watching that pair come through the field tonight and make their way up front.
Yeah, Tim, as we're about to complete lap number 1 here, it is in the books as Wade's going to lead the way here. That's Ted Wade and that number 2 machine going to lead them down into corner number 1 with Smith right on the outside of there. No separation between the lines just yet here. Smith still leading them down into corner number 2. heading down the backstretch right now. We're seeing that aerodynamics come into play just a little
Whoa!
bit. As you see, the leaders now get out of line there on the backstretch. It's going to open the way here for Scruggs to
Wow.
come up and overtake right now on the entry of 3.
That I would say that was planned, but it was a little messy. That's okay. You know, they just kind of they want to go to the bag to just and ride. That's what those two want to do because you, like I said, you're guaranteed that caution at lap 15 and guaranteed that caution at lap 30. There's no urgency right now. It's kind of like a uh, hurry up and wait situation per se. And and I was gonna tell you when we were watching them go to turn one, you can see these cars are much smoother. You know, typically if you look at the next gen, there's a lot of waviness in the lines. You know, up, back and forth,
Right.
up and down, things like that. But these, you can see these cars are just they're solid. They're holding their lines. They're not moving around like the next gen cars. So you know, a lot of guys prefer to run these Xfinity cars in at a super speedway.
Yeah, right now is one of the guys that prefers to run these cars here on the entry or the exit of 4 is Scruggs right now, still holding down that inside lane. No separation between him, Tucker, and Morse for 1, 2, 3 in position right now. Scruggs going to lead them down into corner number 1. As Tucker right on the back bumper there, Tim. And as you mentioned, these guys love racing these things at the super speedway. Not seeing much separation of them right now. Just the top 3 are starting to separate from the 4th position. But definitely a different aero package on these race cars that everybody's been practicing getting used to here. But it looks like the top 3 guys, as you mentioned, Tim, are really linked up here as they head down the backstretch. The 11 machine's going to lead them down into corner number 1. I love the simplicity of the 11, the all white with the gold rims there. I love the paint job he's rocking here tonight. As they're 1, 2, 3 right now on the exit of 4, heading to the start-finish line.
And right now, that outside lane is trying to prevail, being led by the number 15 of Jonathan uh, Munda, being pushed by the 1 of Clayton Davis, and then it looks like the 37 of Raw. So they're trying to get that outside. Oh, 35 drifts up a little bit into the side of the 15, but no harm, no foul. And now the 37 is going to leave that outside lane and just drop in. So now that outside lane is kind of stagnant at that point.
Yeah, very very stagnant at this point here, Tim. As I like to mention, it's the Nokia Snake game right now for all those viewers that are about 28 and 29, age or older. They remember that old Nokia Snake game we had on those phones back in the day. That's what that bottom line looks like right now, ladies and gentlemen. They are just one after the other, single file line as they're crossing the finish line right now. Sure is going to lead them down into corner number 1 with Tucker right behind him as well as Morris. No change in that top 3 position. And Tim, we've seen this before here with these cars, with the stock cars, on the super speedways. Once you get in that single file line, if you try to make a move to the outside and that move doesn't pay off,
Oh,
you're
we
gonna
got a
lose a
wreck.
lot of positions as we see a crash on the track. Oh man!
29,
Just as I
ET phone
was,
home.
yeah, just as I was talking about outside moves, we saw an outside move right there, Tim. As it looks like that 29 just took off the front nose of that race car. ET definitely wants to go home at this point after wrecking that 29
Man, and
machine.
that's massive damage. That's unfortunate because that's it looked like guys were just kind of checking up from my end. I let me see here, trying to find the right person
That's
to
Keith
get
Bradley in
back
that
to.
29.
Ooh, let's see. Started. Looks like it started at the area of Jeremy Osborne and the 82 of Brian Abbott. So we're gonna take a couple different looks at this. It's unfortunate, bro. Oh man.
Get that 10-4 broadcast and replay revved up for you here. As we're taking a look at the replay on the track that brought out the first caution of the night here, Tim.
Just the just drifts up just a little bit.
Oh
Tags
man.
the 41 of Jeremy Osborne. I think the 82 is gonna be able to escape. I think
Ooh, and the
he gets around.
29 just gets
Oh,
squeezed.
we're gonna take another look at that, and we're gonna ride on board with Keith Bradley. See if I can get it. There we go. That's what I'm looking for.
And look here, onboard camera here, and you
Oh,
see the
nowhere to
fall.
go.
Oh, man. And
Mm,
for the 41, Tim, you just have that sense of once you get loose and you start feeling that car whip to the right, you just know you have the instinct that you're going to collect other cars. And there's really nothing you can do at that point. Once you feel that thing grab you to the right, it's just, you just got to get in the chat, you got to get on the radio and start saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Because in a situation like that, you really can't do anything once you start heading towards that inside wall nose first.
right. And unfortunately, as you can see here, Bradley is on pit road, sitting in his pit box, getting that repaired. Probably lots of repair time on that one, for
Yeah.
sure.
Still a long season here, Tim. Even though this is the first race of the season, it's probably not the way you want to start things out here. But you can definitely climb back in a season like this. Just climb back through the grid, climb back through the schedule. You know, everybody has what they call a quote unquote provisional race. Maybe this is the 29th provisional race, and even he could get that race car back out there and race for some good points here at the end.
Yep, and that's true. And that's a tricky thing, you know. You try not to get discouraged this early, okay? You gotta have that mentality. Okay, if I get back out there, I'm 10 laps down, but guess what? There's 85 laps in this race. Somebody could wreck in 15 laps and be totally out, and I'm going to gain those positions. And every point counts when you're looking for a championship.
Oh, most definitely there, Tim. And as you went over to begin the race here tonight, there's a lot of points to be raced for here tonight. You know, stage winner, you win the race. There's a few other ones there, Tim, as well.
Yeah, I'm looking. I was looking to see if I could find the entire. So it looks like. Sorry, I was trying to find the full season schedule. Unfortunately, I don't see it yet. Maybe not. No, I don't. Okay. Um, I lost my train of thought.
No, we're talking about how even though you might have a rough night
Yes.
here tonight, you could always climb back through here. Talking about climbing through the grid, the pace lights are off of that pace car. We're about a half a lap away from going back green here in this week number 1 of the North American Sim Racing Association. As Scruggs wasted no time in getting that 11 machine up to the top of the pack. He's got Morris now in that 47 right to the outside of him. Pappas is up there as well. Lawrence is up there in the mix. And Smith is going to round out the top 5 right up there battling. But for the leader there, Tim, he had that snake line going behind him on the inside lane. Now he's going to have to battle that outside lane just a little bit.
And interesting little snippet here. It looks about 6 drivers went to pit lane from about 14th back. Rhett Tucker, Kyle Hess, Keith Hanley, Clayton Davis, Robert Richards, and TJ Moore.
There we go. Maybe getting that pit stop out of the way. I'm not sure if the caution is going to come out at lap 15. But if not, that is a good move to keep that race car out on the track to maybe get some points on that second stage break after stage number 1 here, ladies and gentlemen. But after the first caution of the race, the pace car is now off of the pack. Things are about to get on and popping here once again as Scruggs and that 11 car is going to take him to the start-finish line. And we're green, 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 green once again here at Daytona.
And green flag is out. Scruggs brings them to that green flag. Currently just about a half a car length in front of that number 47. And a good push from that number 8 of Pappas. Outside lane really doesn't have any help. As we head down the backstretch, oh, it looked like they were going to peak for a 3 wide, but the 33 decided to jump back in, or 35 decided to jump back in behind that number 47 on the outside lane. Number 47 of James Morris. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like South Park.
That's an awesome paint scheme there as they're coming around 4 now onto the front stretch of Scruggs in that 11 still holding down that inside lane there. Looks like Morrison, the 47, is going to catch just a little bit of speed on the outside. Not enough, though, to overtake. That Scruggs going to lead that first lap back under green here and heading down into corner number 1. It's going to be Scruggs and Morris. That 47, they're going to drag race. They almost touched doors there. And oh my goodness, they were close on the entry of the corner. They're still drag racing around 2, heading to the backstretch right now. That 47 and the 11 of Scruggs are side by side heading down the backstretch right now.
Listen, Will, that was a close one. Look at this, Rhett Tucker slicing through the field, already back up to 6th place, 3 wide between the 15 and the 51.
Ooh.
Man, I told you. And if the next person who even remotely went to pit road is still back in 13th.
Woo!
So Rhett Tucker
real
is
squirrely.
making as you like to say, making the money moves right now.
Shout out to Cardi B there, making those money moves there. Rhett Tucker is now worked up himself into that 5th position, top 5. Man, they're getting dicey there on the corners. Very big moves there from everybody trying to fight for position here on lap 12. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a stage break at lap 15. So there's a lot to race for here in the next 3 laps. It looks like Morrison at 47 is going to get a big...
make it through wide again? Yes!
Big squeeze in the middle down the backstretch.
Oh, no!
99 gets... Oh, no!
Big wreck.
Wreck.
All right,
Oh,
in the
my
chat,
goodness.
Zach Dewberry owes us $40 because I don't know that Rhett's going to be able to win it now.
Wow.
Man, that was a tight 3 wide right there. And I don't know if Rhett wishes he could take that back. I imagine he does, but he was doing a fantastic job. A lot of damage to a lot of these cars. Lap 13. I would imagine this is going to take us to the stage break of lap 15.
And that 99 was really pushing there. We were watching the drivers maintain control in the middles, 3 wide on the corners. We saw a little bit of a sketchy incident before that as well there, Tim, but right there we thought the 99 was going to be able to hold it, but once you go on the entry of that corner, you start to feel that bank, that wheel starts to play with you just a little bit, and any little contact when you're 3 wide in the corner can end just like that. And the 99 tried everything he could to save that race car.
And this is a great shot here coming down the backstretch. We can see him make that 3 wide move right there. Puts himself in the position. Oh man, the 8 kind of came up.
Oh, the 99 tried everything he could to save that car. He was sideways at the top of the bank, and it just so happened there was somebody coming on the low side. If you watch it right back here, if you're watching along with us here at 10-4 Broadcasting, you'll see the 99 get clipped there on the back fender.
Right here, you see the 8 come up. Just gives him a bump, and it's just enough to mess everything, not mess everything, kind of make everything uncomfortable. But then at the same time, it actually looks like the 35 is coming down.
Here, Tim, you see the 99's getting sideways, little Tokyo drift action there. He's saving it, and just so happens to get clipped right there as he is hitting apron with those front tires. He could have saved that thing had that 51 not came along, gave him a little love tap on the side. But man, what a big incident here. This looks like to me, Tim, about counting on the replay there, maybe about 6 or 7 cars involved, if I'm not mistaken.
We're going to go right on board with somebody. We're going to find, where's that 15? Jonathan Munda takes a big hit here. Goes for a ride. We're going to ride on board here. Oh, he's the one pushing the 99 kind of, you see that connect there? Oh, man, just nowhere to go.
No bueno there for that 15 machine. As you see, the 15 just trying to
Continuing
avoid there.
To still get clobbered by the Krispy Kremes.
Hey, the boys got their trading paints out here tonight because the boys are running some good paint schemes here. As we're on lap 14 here in week number 1, our second caution of the night there, Tim. And as I like to say, I think the danger zone lane claimed another victim there. Because it's like that was the only car that was in the middle lane. And as I've said on many broadcasts before, there's nothing that ever good happens in that middle lane. You think in your head, okay, I'm going to shoot that gap. I'm going to get past these 2 guys and put myself in prime position. But the majority of the time, Tim, that arrow starts to play with you while you're in the middle.
Yep.
starts to pull you to the left, to the right, and there's really nowhere you can go. And we saw it right there in that situation. Either you're going to bounce off the car to the right, you're going to bounce off the car to the left, or in some instances, you're going to start to drift back because there's nobody behind you pushing you. So you're going to lose a lot of track position. And we saw it right there. Once that arrow started to pull him to the right, he made contact with that right side car, sent him straight up to the track, and caused one of the biggest accidents we've seen so far.
Hey, you know, Daytona's known for having those big ones. We are lap 15. I believe I've not received word yet. Let me take a look. I'm pretty sure that that was the end of the stage because they're getting racked up and there's not many cars that look good. There's about 2, 4, 6, 7 cars right now that are on the track. Everybody else getting damage repairs and things like that.
Yes, sir. As I mentioned to start this broadcast off, there are no fast repairs here tonight, so it makes racing in Daytona extremely difficult, knowing that any little bit of damage on that race car is going to cost you a lot of track position, as it looks like the lights are off of the pace car here, ladies and gentlemen, as Morris is going to take them to the line here in that 47 machine. Now the race leader has Hess to the outside right there. He's got Scruggs and Pappas, as well as looks like Meza up there as well in the top 5. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to kick things off here once again after the second caution of the race, as Morris is going to take them to the line there in that 47. And I believe, Tim, we're going to race it out for the stage 1.
I think so. I think that was the end of stage 1 because now we're hitting lap 16.
There we go. So Morris in that 47 is officially stage 1 winner. And that stage 1 winner is going to take them down into corner number 1 with Scruggs in that 11, pushing them right behind down into the corner right now as they come down into 1, around the corner into 2, and Morris is still your race leader as they head down the backstretch.
Now the whole game has changed at this point because now you don't have as many cars that aren't, for lack of a better term, jacked up at this point. And I want to take a look back here. The 99, it doesn't look like he has too much damage. He may be all right. That $40 Zach put on the line might still be up for grabs.
Still skirting along in that 99 machine. As I said, he almost saved that race car. Had it not been for that 50 nose right into that back corner panel, he may have been able to save it. But right now, it looks like Morris in that 47 is going to lead them down into 1. Scruggs made a big move on that backstretch to work that 11 to the outside lane there. Now has a little bit of help, about a 3-car tandem there on the outside. Is going to try to push their way back to the top. There's a lot of speed on the bottom side right now, as you saw Scruggs get a little loose out of 1, heading down the backstretch right now, as the 47 of Morris is going to lead them down with Meza right behind him in that green machine. Looks like Scruggs and that 11 is just trying to build that speed on the outside.
You know, somebody I was just watching here in the back a little bit, Keith Hanley. He's driving that number 78 black and pink Ford. He had a lot of speed coming up through there around those guys, so I'd be watching that black and pink car to see what he's got under the hood, because it doesn't look like he has any damage on that baby. So I wouldn't be surprised if he comes up here with the big dog and tries to take over the lead.
You know, as Eminem once said, you get one shot and one opportunity. It might be his opportunity to just wait and see what happens there at the top. Because right now, those guys are battling it out. And as we've seen so far here, ladies and gentlemen, it takes one crash to take out a bunch of cars. So that car might just be laying back, waiting his time, and just to pounce like a tiger in the jungle there.
Yeah, and right now, you see he's just riding along in 11th place right now, riding on board with him.
You see right there, Tim, as we're taking an onboard ride with Keith Hanley there around corner number 1. He's kind of laying off just a little bit. Not trying to put that front bumper into the back just yet. Kind of laying back, looking at the holes, looking at where he can go. Kind of just easing around, trying to figure out which line's going to be best. Looks like he's more content with riding this inside lane as we're still going down the backstretch right here, down into 3. Morris is still your race leader in that 47. An onboard ride with Keith Hanley there. And it just looks like he's laying off on the corners, just trying to see there, Tim. But, on lap 20, we're going to start ticking him down here just a bit. And as you said, we got to keep an eye on this guy, the way he's racing it, just kind of laying back, waiting his time. And what we've seen so far in these super speedway races, sometimes it's the tortoise that beats the hare at the end.
Oh yeah, especially in Daytona or Talladega. Patience is key here, and you try not to get too aggressive, uh, too early in the race. And we've seen a couple of moves that have caused some major cars that I thought were going to be really competitive, caused them to wreck. And now we're looking at these guys. There's some damaged cars up here, still fighting for the lead. The number 2 of Wade has some damage. He was our pole sitter, but he's right back up here in second place.
Yeah, Tim, and as we're taking an onboard ride with Keith Hanley there, we have a new race leader on the track. It's the 37 of Meza up there now leading the race. Scruggs has dropped all the way down into the 10th position all by himself there in Revis Island on the outside lane there. We see him drop back down to the inside and try to build up more speed. But a lot of shakeup up there in the top 5 right now, Tim. We have Meza up there at number 1 in that 37.
And he's got
Big Dicey just coming off of 1. We got Wade up there in the 2, Morris in the 47, and we have Hanley, as we were taking on board with that 55, has worked himself up into the 4th position. We just saw a pass on the track for Hess, and Hanley just swapped 4th and 5th. That's your top 5 right now on the track. It's getting dicey on the corner right now. Are they going to save it? They do, heading down into the front stretch.
And I'll tell you, oh man, that 47 is really trying to use that side draft for that outside lane. Get a good push from that 86 of Hess, along with the number 1. Or no, I'm sorry, the number 8 of Pappas on that outside lane. The inside got more momentum right now, got more guys lined up. But the inside lane also has more drivers damaged. That 47 and that number 2 and the 55, and I believe the 48 all have damage.
As they say, Tim, just throw some duct tape on it, get that thing back out there. You'll be all right. As long as you can catch the draft coming from the car in front of you, you can hang. And we're seeing it here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as we still have a battle ensuing right up at the top. As we're briefly 3 wide on the exit of the corner, we've seen what happens when that's happened before. As it's going to still lead them across the line here on lap 24. Heading down into corner number 1. Still has Morris in that 47. Now on the outside, still trying to inch his way up there to the top. Wade in that 2 car is going to push Meza right there in that green machine there.
Ooh.
A lot of cool paint schemes here tonight as they exit 2, heading down into the backstretch right here, Tim. And they're really racing it out here in the first week of the season.
Yeah, look, we're going to go right on board with the 55. And let's look at the back end of that number 2 car. Just slammed in there.
Oh, we got a lapped car coming in the mix right
do.
here, Tim. Really slow lap car. Missing the front fender there. You got to watch out for him. And they all do a great job of avoiding that car. As it's still, they're going to drag race down into 1 right now, Tim. As Meza and Morris in that 47. Morris has not dropped out of the top 3 all race long. He's still trying to use that side draft to get around Meza right there at the top. But it's not going to be enough as Meza has a good push out of Wade on the exit of 2 heading down the backstretch right now on lap 24. Still going to drag race just a little bit, but there's not enough speed on the outside lane just yet there, Tim.
And I was looking at the number 4 of Newberg. He's got no hood on that baby. I don't know. How can I?
There you go.
Oh, here we go. Nope, wrong one. Look at that.
There you
no
go.
hood, Mom. Just
That's all right.
That thing is still in this lead pack in 8th spot right now. And our biggest mover is that number 55 of James Haney. Look at the front of that car.
As that song once goes there, Tim, you can ride your bike with no handlebars. He can drive his race car with no tonight, as he's still riding up there and inside the top 10.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. And I want to look back through here. Looks like from 16th on back, well, 17th on back are a few laps down. Unfortunately, have been victim to wrecks that have happened here tonight. Keith Bradley, who is in that number 29 qualified near the front. He's been in his pit box for 20 minutes and 28 seconds. So he is
That
still
is
getting
no
repaired
good.
down there on pit road.
I think he may have ran to the restaurant there in the infield of Daytona, got himself a snack as they're still trying to
I
repair
would
that
have.
race car. Oh yeah, get you some Gatorade, get you a hot dog or something while they're working on that thing. As Mez is going to take them down into corner number 3. Still a lot of speed on that bottom side lane right now as they're heading around the corner here. Looks like the thoroughbreds at Kentucky, the way they're racing around Daytona here tonight. No separation out of the pack just yet. Just the smallest of separation between the outside lane and the inside lane. As the 47 is right there, he might slap if he used that side draft. And he does. The 47 is going to lead that lap right there on lap 27 to hit the line. As now it looks like the 47 has the speed on the outside. They just need that momentum from that push behind him.
Great job by that 47 leading that outside lane. A lot more cars out there on that outside lane now. Not as organized as the inside lane, but they'll get there.
Yeah, as Wade's going to push Meza down into 3 right now with that push. You're going to separate from Morris in that 47. Looks like Morris's best corner is 3 and 4 as he comes into that corner with a lot of speed there on the outside. Trying to use that side draft of the 2 there to try to get around Meza, but it's not going to be enough here. Another lapped car into the mix. That car needs to get to the bottom side. Still going to try to stay clear. It's going to hurt the 47 to try to overtake. But 2 of Wade just doing an excellent job of pushing Mesa along this track here as they head down into 1.
Yeah, and that outside lane now only about 3 cars deep. The 4 and the 50. Oh, the 8's going to leave that outside lane. He's going to drop to the inside. That's now going to hurt that 47 and the 86 as they're going to go. I'm not sure they're going to be able to do anything. That's the 82 out there going a lap down. He was involved in that big wreck in turn 3 earlier. He's trying to stay out of the way on the outside lane. They come out of 4. It's going to be the 37. But now a couple of other guys jump to the outside. The 48s now join the outside lane, and now the outside lane's pushing back forward, and the 47's going to lead that lap.
Yeah, as they go side by side here, this is going to be the end of stage 2 when they cross that start-finish line here. So a lot to race for here on this lap here as they are side by side here on corner number 1, heading around to the backstretch. They're still side by side drag racing around the corner here, Tim. Great skill out of these drivers to save these race cars, but the 47 gets wide there on the exit of the corner. It's going to cost him a lot of speed there on the backstretch, heading down into corner number 3. The 47 is going to maintain just a little bit with a big push behind him. But it looks like the Mess is going to get a big push out of Wade. The 47 is just not going to have enough right here. We'll see if he gets that side draft off the 2 here on the exit of 4.
Good push on the 47 at the line. Who's it going to be? Oh, there's Rhett Tucker on the outside.
Oh,
and the 37 is going to take it, I believe. Oh, man.
Yeah,
no caution
We're 3
yet.
wide. We're 3 wide, Tim. We're 3 wide on corner number 1 right now. We're 3 wide.
Woo. 3
Still
wide,
maintaining.
2 deep.
Still maintaining.
Oh,
Maintaining. Watch out!
there it is.
Oh, no!
Oh, and Rhett Tucker gets hit.
No! And there's a wreck behind the
gonna
leaders there.
No, they're not going to save it. Oh, did they save it? I think everybody saved it.
Yeah, just small contact there. Everybody saved that car here. It was too close to call here on the winner of stage number 2 as the 37 MS is going to clear now.
I think it may be the end of this
there.
lap. I think it may be the end of lap 30.
It looks like the 37 might have it there, Tim. Either way, he's going to cross the line
there
right
it
here.
is.
As the stage number 2 winner. What an excellent job of holding off 47 there for about 5 or 6 laps.
Man, we're going to go back and, oh man, these stupid things in the YouTube chat. Let me go fix that real quick.
Yeah, while Tim is fixing that here, I do want to thank North American Sim Racing Association for having us on here tonight in week number 1. Couldn't be more excited to be bringing you this live action here on 10-4 Broadcasting. We'll be live next week here on this series Thursday at 8:30 Eastern Time. That's p.m. That's at nighttime, not in the morning. Here we had Meza win the second stage of the race here in impressive fashion, holding off the 47 of Morris for, I would say, about 5 or 6 laps there to close things out as we were under caution here for the stage break.
And we're gonna go ahead and take a. We're gonna go back and look at a replay of what transpired there on that white flag for that stage two, because that was awesome. Rhett Tucker came out of nowhere. You know, he's got that damage number 99. He's trying to get some more points here at the end of the stage. And we're gonna go back and take a look at that. I was gonna say earlier, but I didn't want to give Scruggs' uh, plan away. You know, when he dropped back earlier, I was like, you know what? He's dropping back to pick up Rhett Tucker, and that's exactly what happened. We're gonna go back and take a look at that because they started their move coming down the backstretch here as we go back and take a look. This is a replay of the end of stage two. So right here, you see the 99 and the 11 in that middle lane right there. And they're going to start making their move right now. They've not taken the white flag yet. They got about a half a lap till they take the white flag for the end of stage two. And right now they start making their moves. 3 wide with the 8, the 4, and here they come right up the middle. And right here it is. They're coming down to the white flag for stage two. And just look at how fast. Look at the slicing and dicing they're doing up here.
Yeah, what an awesome showcase of driver's skill there to be able to go 3 wide, hold that line, going down into the corner there, feeling all that pull of the cars next to you, but still maintain enough to push that 47 of Morris. It just wasn't enough to overtake Meza. As we're watching a replay of that last lap, you see a few of the drivers pull off, make contact there. Everybody was able to save that thing. Another excellent showcase of their iRacing skills here. But man, what ending to stage number 2 there, Tim. And I believe we may have ran, I'd say, at least 25 to 26 laps under green there.
Yeah, I would say because we took, well, actually we did about 15 because we took the green flag at lap 16.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
As we were chatting there, folks, it looks like some drivers elected to go down pit road there, so we'll see a little bit of a shakeup with the grid right now. But once again, we want to thank everybody for listening as well as watching with us at 10-4 Broadcasting here live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We are officially renamed on Twitch 10-4 Broadcasting. Congratulations, Tim, for getting that fixed there on Twitch. I know the folks over there would love to see that as well here, but a few different names here up at the top of the grid. But what's your take so far here tonight in week number 1?
Yeah, and right now, car we've not talked about tonight, leading the pack right now, Clayton Davis in that number 1. Looks like, try to see, last night he went down pit road, was lap 29, so he went down pit road before everybody else did, before that caution came out. So he had a little strategy there, because now we're looking at no more cautions unless there's a wreck the rest of the way. So you're looking at about 50 laps that you're going to have to go here to the end.
It looks like, Tim, that we're still shuffling out of pit stops here, but the pace lights are off of that pace car here. So we might be filing up just about now to start this second or the end of the race here, Tim. So we're looking at, I'd say, about 50 lap shootout to the end.
Yeah.
Man, I am ready for it. I'd say one of the drivers that has really stuck out to me, of course, Meza in that 37 won the stage. But Wade in that 2 machine, Tim, has just done an excellent job of pushing Meza along in that 37. Really worked hard in stage number 1 as well to maintain position. One of those drivers that we were talking about there, as Hanley was kind of doing the same thing, kind of laying back, kind of watching and seeing. That's what that 2 has done. Just been an excellent teammate. You can actually see it on the front bumper if you're watching along with us here at 10-4 Broadcasting on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. You can see that bumper a little bit from the amount of pushing he's done here tonight. But eye out on that 2 machine to make a move here at the end.
Yeah, this is where some strategy is going to come in. This is where you're going to have to find a friend who's going to come down pit road with you if they've got to make a pit stop for their previous right position. Now that you see that one gets a great start, jumps down to the inside, 37, all by his lonesome on the outside lane. The question is anybody going to go with him, or is he going to find a spot in line to drop down?
As that one of Davis is going to take them around corner number 2 down onto the backstretch. Meza in that 37 is all by himself. They're on the outside, as you just mentioned. That 2 car of Wade trying to push Hanley along as well. They're single file. They're on the bottom lane. That's not what Meza wants to see as they enter corner number 3. As he starts to see the cars pass him one by round 3, going right now down onto the front stretch. Mez is going to lose a lot of positions as he now files back in, folks, and now he's down into about, I'm seeing on the grid, about the 6th position it's in. That is not what the 37 wanted to see here on this restart.
No, but now he's going to have to find another friend. You know, that 2 is pushing along pretty well, but now the number 2 is sitting in 3. And now he's going to have to look at cars like the 87 of Justin Lumpkin. We've not talked about him tonight. Looks like he's got a clean car. Let's take a look at that.
It's the
a little bit damaged.
Yeah, just a little bit there, but like Outcast once said, you can be so fresh and so clean here tonight and still win the race, but there is not many of those cars here left tonight, folks, that are so clean on the track. But we're taking a look at Davis here. Is going to lead them to the line here on lap 36. Going to take now to our finish line. With Hanley, a driver we spotlighted not too long ago there, Tim, now worked his way up into that 2nd position. A few of the names that I'm surprised to see drop just a little bit. We got Scruggs that have dropped down a little bit there. But that's the 78 of Hanley. There must be 2 Hanleys racing here tonight.
Yes, there's James in the 55 right here with Scruggs. And then you've got Keith up in 2nd in that number 78.
Brothers?
Possibly. I don't know.
Yeah,
that
I like
yet.
the Bush brothers.
It could be a father-son duo or brother duo.
Yeah, but as you see, Scruggs has now worked his way back up into the top 10, that 11 machine. You saw Hess up there racing, now dropped down into the 14th position. Rhett Tucker, a name that you told us to watch out for, has now dropped down into the 13th position. So a few of those heavy hitters so far here in the first stages of the race have dropped way back there on the grid. But right now, it's still Davis leading the way there, holding off the 78 of Hanley up there. Wade's in the 3rd position, Pappas in the 4th, and Morrison, that 47, has now worked his way back up inside the top 5.
Just taking a quick look back here at this pack of 3, the 99, the 82, and the 86. You know, they're trying to do what they can to stay with this front pack. There's a lot of damage between all these guys as they're passing the 00 of Huck in that Krispy Kreme's car. Oh, looks like somebody's sitting on the inside. Look like the 41 of Jeremy Osborne. Something has happened to his machine. Yeah, there's no power.
Yeah. Somebody didn't pay their light bill because the power is out of that 41 machine right now as he down pit road trying to get that thing started. You saw the 41 that was caught up in an incident just a few laps ago. Took a lot of damage to that race car in that 41 machine. Right now, we're back to that middle pack, that lead pack, if you will. That 61 riding on board with the 61 of Lumpkin right now, trying to work his way up to the top. Oh, it's going to be hard there, Tim.
Oh, it does say 61. My ticker says 87. I've been telling the wrong number for Lumpkin. He's got a custom number there that I didn't see. And, yeah, these guys now, look at Scruggs back up here. We were talking about he would drop back a little bit, but now he's up here battling back for the lead. Now the 2 of Wade is going to drop down and drop out of this, along with the 78 of Keith.
They felt that train coming around the bend as they got out of the way there. Now see the 37 of Meza up there trying to work for position as they come around forward now onto the front stretch. As Pappas in that 8 machine is now going to lead them to the line here. to lead lap number 40 across the line. Did you see the 47 of Morris right behind him as well? That 47 of Morris has been the most consistent race of everybody in dig down into.
Yeah, that number 47 has been right around that second spot. Now he goes up in front of
Ooh.
Scruggs to get the energy he was bringing along with that 37. You see Scruggs a little squirrely there because at that point he's got to make sure he doesn't turn that 47, but he's also trying to push his energy into him, and that's going to get them to go around this number 8. They're going to drop down in front of the number 8 and take over the lead. First and second goes to James Morris and Dustin Scruggs.
As Kevin Hart once said, he wasn't ready, but the 11 is ready to push the 47 of Morris across the start-finish line, as now Morris is going to lead here on lap number 42, digging down into corner number 1, and they are single file now on the inside.
Man, doing a great job here tonight. You know, Scruggs has been able to drop to the back, pick up a friend, come back to the front. Unfortunately, his teammate Rhett Tucker 9 seconds off the lead right now, back here with this pack of very damaged race cars. I don't believe there's any hope left for them. But, I mean, anything can happen. Anything. We still got about 40 laps to go here at Daytona. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. And a quick note for anybody who wants to sponsor anything at NASRA. Make sure you reach out to their Facebook page. You can find them on Facebook and talk to Brady LaBeouf, and he'll get you taken care of and get your advertising out there, get your company out there, and you know, any of the broadcasts, throw up your logo. Make sure you give a reach out to him and make it happen.
Make it happen, Captain, and somebody that's making it happen, Captain, here tonight is that 47 of Morris, now leading that pack down the inside lane here, around 3 on the exit of 4 right now. And Tim, they are single file here, about to cross the line at lap 44. When do you expect to start seeing those lines building up once again? Because as a driver, you're starting to see these laps tick down as we're just about a few laps shy of the halfway mark here. You know, you're going to have to start building up that outside lane if you want to shot at the win. But if you're going to try to go to the outside and you make a move and nobody goes with you, you're going to lose a lot of track position. When do you foresee these moves starting to take place?
Well, you know, I'll tell you what, I'm not out there because I make that move every time. That outside lane is where I always want to be. I don't care what it's going to take. If I got to go out there by myself and lead the pack, I will. But these guys, I imagine they're probably going to wait till about, looks like Lumpkin goes to the outside now. He's going to be dropping back so he doesn't have anybody with him. But I would say probably with about 20 to go is when we're going to see a solid double file line the whole time.
Yeah, and Lumpkin is inside of that cockpit singing, "Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?" As he's seeing cars pass him one by one, he now files back inside of that 55. And Lumpkin just slipped down into the 8th position as still single file there on the exit of 2. Heading down the backstretch right now as Morrison at 47 is going to still lead the way here on lap 45 down into the entry of 3. With Scruggs in that 11 right behind him, Pappas in 3rd, and Meza in 4th, as well as Hanley in 5th right now. No change in that top 5 yet so far, Tim, but I would have to agree with you. With about 20 laps to go, that's a make it or break it moment right there. If you go to make a move and it doesn't pay off, you still have a little bit of a window to try to make it back. But then again, if it does pay off and somebody goes with you, that's just about the time that you can get up to that lead and hold it for 20 laps.
Yeah, and it's, you know, I don't know, but it gets difficult to find, you know, that person that's going to go with you to the outside lane. I'll tell you what, right now, if I was out there and Brady LaBeouf was out there, we'd be taking that high line. We did it a couple weeks ago at Talladega. That's somebody I know that, you know, he's not racing here tonight, but if he was out there, he'd be going for that outside lane and making it happen. There's something about, first off, I find it exciting to try to get that outside lane train running. and using that side draft to the best ability that I can without touching the guy on the inside or racing the side because what do they call it? Oh man, where they don't hit but they net code. There we
Netcode.
go. But I'm telling you, these guys, there's a lot of damaged cars in this, and they know that they don't have fast repair. So they've also, in the back of their minds, they're going, you know what, I kind of got to bring this back. Still got about 38 laps. I just need to take it easy, ride along here, and see what happens.
And talking about seeing what happens at 47, and Morris is going to cross the line right here on lap 47. But I've noticed as you were just chatting there, it looks like the 11 starting to feel out the 47 a little bit, starting to feel different panels, starting to feel different air bubbles, starting to see where that gap might be to make a move. You see the 11 just get a little squirrely there on 2, heading to the backstretch right now, but you see him starting to drift just a little bit around that 47, almost, you know, almost like a vulture, just surrounding some roadkill there, just sort of just feeling it out, starting to see the little bubbles, starting to see the moves. The 11 is definitely not staying still behind that 47 as they come around 3 and 4.
And that's something as a driver you start doing around this time. You kind of let back a little bit. If you're not the leader, you're not going full throttle. You let off, and you see how fast that car can suck up to the back of the car in front of you, and then you see where you can make that move throughout the racetrack. Kind of like right now. Look at the distance he's got right there. So he's going to be looking. He's coming off of turn 2. Look, he's getting a little bit more speed. He's able to catch it back up there. If he's got somebody on his bumper, he's going to jump to the outside to make that move when the
Oh yeah.
time comes. So then he's going to look at here. Where can I make that move in turn 3, turn 4, or even off of turn 4? Can I fake to the outside, jump to the inside, and make things interesting? So that's just as a driver, those kind of thoughts are going through your head when you're in the top 10, unless you're Red Tucker and you're sitting in 15th on the final lap and you pull a Dale Earnhardt move out of your butt and you slice and dice and make it up to second. You just kind of thinking, where's he gonna go? Where am I gonna go?
Yeah, it looks like the 11 thought about it there on corner number 2. Still squirrely behind the 47 now as we head down the backstretch. We just hit the big 5-0 here. 50 laps in the books here at Daytona. We got 35 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen, in week number 1 of the North American Sim Racing Association. Looks like a car is going to make a move to the outside there.
And
It
number
looks like
1,
that is Davis.
wow, big move.
Big move out of Davis. It looks like he's going to lead the lap here on lap number 51. Now digging down into number 1. And he did clear the 47 of Morris. He slingshot engaged himself to the front now as Davis is going to lead the way in that one machine on the inside lane there. What a huge Ricky Bobby move that was out of the one of Davis.
I was going to say, I didn't know I was watching Talladega Nights all over again. But he made that slingshot work. And listen, you get that slingshot and that side draft going all at the same time, you're going to be doing big things. And now he's got a gap there between the 47 and himself.
Gosh, just came out of nowhere in that one as we're exiting 4 now onto the Fred stretch. He's going to lead another lap here in the books. That was a huge move to not only use that backdraft of the cars that were in front of him, slingshot his way to the front, slide in front of the 47, and then use that draft of the 47 to push him way in front of the 47. The 47 was up there just having an easy Sunday morning drive up there, knowing he was leading the race, knew at some point moves were going to be made as they're coming around 2 now onto the backstretch. But Davis just counts for it, went right to the front, and now, as you mentioned him, has a gap as they head down into 3.
Yeah, now I'm wondering if, I don't know how fuel is. I think they probably going to come in. Well,
100% tanks.
I'm trying to think what the full fuel window is, though. I think it's like 35 to 40. So they may have to come in for a green flag stop. As I can see, other drivers just came out of pit road right now. Uh, that was Adam. Yeah, there's a whole pack right here. Just came out of pits. So they are going to have to make a green flag pit stop.
They are going to have to make some green flag pit stops, but right now they're still battling there out at the lead. Single file still heading down the backstretch as Davis in that one machine's making himself known here in the North American Sim Racing Association as they head down into 3 here on lap number 53. The 47 of Morris is now going to have to start taking notes himself to try to get around the one of Davis. But as you mentioned, Tim, with those green flag pit stops now in that strategy book, you're going to have to figure out when you're going to head down pit road and how you're going to be able to make those moves up through the grid once again.
And who you're going to go with. You've got to have a friend in this situation that you're going to go down pit road with. Because if you go alone, you've just lost the entirety of this race. You know, too many times I've had a situation where I've gone down pit road either too early or too late. I didn't have any friend with me, and there was nobody pushing me back up to speed. And that's the big thing here at Daytona is coming down pit road and getting that speed as they're coming around this lap traffic here. You're going to go to the outside. This is going to make things a little interesting here.
Yeah, you saw the one of Davis come up quick, fast, in a hurry on these lapped cars. Really had to go to the outside here. Now he's going to have to get around these lapped cars here across the start-finish line here on the front stretch. With the Morris and the 47s now pushing him along. Let's see if Morris wants to make a move here with those lapped cars now into play. It looks like everything's just going to file it out now as the one's going to dip down into the inside.
I don't know if that was a good idea. I don't know how much speed that inside lane has. They got a lot of damaged cars, and they fell off the pace. And just like I said, the 47 is going to go right around him. He may get freight trained here now that he's with the slower cars. I think he thought he was going to get a good push in that inside lane. That's not the case.
No, he's not going to hold on to position now as Morris is getting a big push out of Scruggs up there on the top side in that 11 machine as they come off of corner number 4 now onto the front stretch. Looks like Morris is now going to lead lap number 56 across the line. Right now in that 47 is going to have to try to battle down into the corner to hold that jump 1 position. Looks like Davis is still trying to hold that inside lane there, getting pushed by those lap cars as they're coming around 1 and 2 right now.
Yeah, this is where things can get a little hairy. You know, you've got right now, yeah, see, the one is like, yeah, I'm not having this. I'm going to need to get pit road eventually. With the lapped cars, now, oh, and the 61's into the wall. Lumping around. No caution.
No caution on the track here.
I believe it's a single car spin. No caution's going to happen. But this is what I was trying to discuss is with these lapped cars now kind of in the way, mingling with the leaders, they've already been down pit road. They don't care.
Right.
The rest of these guys still need to go down pit road. And if you're stuck on that outside lane, you're going to miss the boat.
Yeah, we're creeping up with about 25 laps to go here, folks.
We're going to go back and take a quick replay and see what happened here with Lumpkin in that number 61. He was having a great race, and I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, that 47 was driving one heck of a race.
Looks like he may have been checking up. He saw everything going on in front of him.
Here on 10-4 broadcasting, what happened to Lumpkin?
Right here. Oh,
oof.
38 just gets right into the back of him.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for that 61. We'll see if he can get that thing back up and running. Maybe finish out with some good
88.
points here.
Sorry.
The 88 there of Lumpkin. See if he can get that thing sorted out and get across the line there for some good points here tonight. Might not have the race victory here, but it looks like now Scruggs in that 11 machine has overtaken Morris in that 47 as they're coming around the front stretch here. He's trying to lead that 47 to the line. And the 11 is going to try to maybe feel out that bottom side as they're coming around 3 and 4 right now, down onto the front stretch. Scruggs is going to try to lead the 11 across the 47 of Morris. Now they're going to have to drop back because he only has 2 cars on the outside lane there, Tim.
Man, what a chain of events with everything here tonight so far. This race has been fantastic all around. It's right now you got Scruggs leading the 47 all by himself in the outside lane, but he is
Oh
a
my
lead
goodness.
car.
No, the 47's all by himself there on the outside. He's trying to use a little bit of side draft off those lead car or those lapped cars to keep pace, but he's all by himself out there, Tim, and it might not be enough to hold position as he's gonna have to try to pass about one, two, three, four cars to try to get back up into the lead as he's really trying to hang on to position there, but he is all by himself there on the outside as they cross the line out on lap 60.
Man, and how often do you see this where the leader has three lapped cars behind him pushing him along, and now the rest of the guys have to figure out how they're going to get around him.
Yeah, and one of those guys is Meza right there in that 37 machine. He sees three lapped cars in front of him, as well as the 47 of Morris, who just slams that back bumper right in the front of the 37 to say, "Nuh-uh, I want that number one spot. I am ludicrous here tonight at Daytona. I want that number one spot. I am coming for that number one spot." But as you mentioned, Tim, as we exit 4 right now, he's going to have to overtake about three lapped cars to get up to Scruggs in that 11.
And we're going to hit about 24 or 25 laps to go here in this one at Daytona. It's been everything we could have asked for. Daytona always gives us great racing. And now strategy is coming to play. Scruggs is in a very comfortable place. You know, if this was to happen to where they didn't have to go down pit road and they just stay green this whole time, Scruggs has got a 3-car buffer over second place.
Yeah, that is a heck of a bumper to have in between you and the second place car. But after that 3-car bumper, there is a lot of speed behind the leader. You have Morris in that 47, you have Meza in that 37, you have Pappas in that 8, Hanley in that 78 that we were just talking about not too long ago, and Wade in that 2 machine, as well as the other Hanley there. It's up there in that 55, and Davis in that 1. It's going to be the top 8 right now, but as you mentioned, Tim, you know, not only are you battling for position now, as you're actually in the corner now, heading to the backstretch here, you're going to have to try to get around those 3 lap cars if you want any move at the lead.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this before, so it's a interesting strategy here. But I will say, if that backpack, you know, from the 4th car on back, all trained to the outside, they could do it. And if there's anybody who could lead that line, it's the 47, because we've seen him earlier leading that outside lane and getting side drafts the entire time.
And bold strategies paid off for the Average Joe's dodgeball team, and a bold strategy is paying off for the 11 of Scruggs right now as he's leading one corner number 2 now to the backstretch. He is using those 3 cars as a buffer between him and Morris in that 47 with 23 laps to go. It's going to take that Y word for anything to happen here tonight, I do believe.
Yeah, and I'm just man, I'm on the edge of my seat. I know we still got 23 laps to go, but I just can't wait to see what the strategy is here, because I don't know if they need to pit. I just assumed they did because I saw this lap down pack go down pit road, so I assumed that everybody else needs to go down pit road.
Right, as you see now, there's no change right now as Scruggs in that 11 is going to lead them around 2 now down onto the backstretch. So has Morris in that 47 in the second position. As we mentioned, though, there are 3 lapped cars between Scruggs in that 11 and Morris in that 47. So a lot of maneuvering that 47 is going to have to do. He's going to have to try to find somebody to work with him, maybe on the outside lane there to get around those lapped cars. He's trying to do it on himself. You really can't, unless you're Kobe Bryant in the 08 Lakers, you cannot do it by yourself here in iRacing. You need some help. You need some teammates, if you will, to get around these lapped cars. But right now, Scruggs is still leading the way as we head down into 1.
And Scruggs is it's a piece of cake for him right now. You know, he just kind of, he don't have to worry about looking in his mirror that somebody's trying to pass him. He can literally just step on the gas, lead the line, and not worry about who's going to step out on him, because he will have plenty of notice of who's coming to the outside. Now, what may have to happen here is the 47 and 37 may have to look at somehow breaking up this 82, this 99, and this 86.
Right
As you see now, hold on, they're going to the outside.
They're officially getting out of the way.
Wow.
They have gotten out of the way here, folks.
And they're going around him.
See the 47. Right now, watch out, watch out. Oh man, that was close. Almost skirt the front bumper of the 11 of Scruggs there. It looks like the lap cars are trying to race a little bit. No!
That was a lap car.
You see one of the lap car. Yeah, you see one of the lap cars gets way out of the picture there on the backstretch. As you see now, Scruggs in the 11 now is on the inside. The 4 Morris is right there. The 37 of Mez is right there as well. Everybody's now linked up there on the inside lane. They're still racing it out here, ladies and gentlemen. There's still lapped cars in front of them. But now everything is as it should be now, as the 11 of Scruggs is going to lead the line here with about less than 19 laps to go here in week number 1.
Man, that could you imagine being a leader and seeing a lap down car get a little squirrely like that?
I could not imagine, Tim. I'm already sweating up here in the booth thinking about the finish of this race, so I could not even imagine what it's like to be a driver in this race here tonight, as the 11 is going to lead them down into 3, trying to catch that draft off of the lapped cars in front of him, including the 99 right there in front of him. We've seen the 99 be involved in a few instances here tonight. Unfortunate instances that, as you see, the 11 of Scruggs going to use that draft for a little momentum, but the 47 of Morris is going to try to use that as well, as we're going to cross the line here with less than 18 laps to go, Tim, as we head down into corner number 1.
Listen, you're not sweating because it is this race. You're sweating because you're down there in Florida, all right? I know how hot it is down there.
It is hot, Tim. As we cross around corner number 2, heading down in the backstretch. You're up in Indianapolis, and you were talking about how the leaves are turning. We have no leaves down here, so I wouldn't even know if it was fall.
I was driving today, and I saw a couple of trees that were starting to turn. I'm like, oh baby, here we go. Bring me the cold weather. I'm tired of the heat. But things are heating up right here on 10-4 Broadcasting, coming down to 17 laps to go. The NASRA 85 right here on 10-4 Broadcasting. I want to thank them for bringing us on board. I knew it was going to be an exciting series because the Xfinity cars always bring us great racing. And these drivers in NASRA always bring us great racing. I've been watching them for over 2 years now, been in and out of racing with them. And it's just a fantastic place to, hey, if you're looking for a league, get on over here. It's only week 1. There's still plenty of time to sign up and go for that championship.
And talk about going for the championship, the 11 of Scruggs has raced inside of the top 5 all night long. We saw him drift out of the top 10 for just a split second, Tim, but I believe he gained positions within a lap or 2 to work that 11 back inside the top 5 and then shoot up to the lead. We saw big moves to try to overtake the lead as we were riding around the corner right now. As you now see, the 47 of Morris is up there as well, right on that back bumper, and as well. But Tim, we are right inside that window now as we're heading down the backstretch of trying to link up maybe the outside lane to try to make a move. But right now, it looks like Scruggs is going to use those lap cars in front of him to his advantage, try to hold that speed. But you have to think in the back of your mind, if the 47 and 37 wanted to make a move and link up on the outside, they might be able to hold that speed.
You know, I see what I believe is happening here is right now, you know, Scruggs was leading the entire line before. Therefore, he's using up the most gas. But now he's kind of slid in behind those lap cars, and he's able to save gas in that draft. Maybe he was only short by a little bit. So him lagging back and doing this is what he needed to do. But like you said, if that 47 and 37 link up, as we see the 86 disappearing there for a second, call him Harry Houdini, if you will. If they link up and go to that outside, what's to stop them from just getting right around that 11. And just think, they don't have to pass the 99. They don't have to pass the 86. They just need to pass the 11.
Right.
Sorry, they get that front bumper in front of that 11. They've won the race.
And the 11's going to have a difficult situation on his hands to try to block that outside lane because you're going to have to move out of the draft with those two cars in front of you to try to block the outside lane, which you really can't. Once you start seeing that 47 drift up in your peripheral point of view there as we're coming around corner number 2 now heading to the backstretch, there's no really move to be made there unless you time it just right. Once you start to see the 47, it's almost too late to make a move as we're heading down the backstretch here with less than 14 laps to go.
Man, and I see a little bit more distance between these guys as they keep going around here at Daytona. You see there's about a car length between the 11 and the 47, and then you just see, look on back, there's just a lot of space here. That's, as the time ticks down, that's all going to bunch back up because drivers are going to start going 2 wide, 3 wide, trying to get around the leader and stay in front of that number 11.
Right now, the heat is on here as we're coming around corner number 2. The 11 still leading the way there on the inside lane. They're trying to hold off the 47 of Morris. Got Meza right there in the 37, as well as Pappas in the 8 and Hanley in the 78. That's going to be our top 5 right now as it stands, but I'm sure things will change here in the next couple of laps as Scruggs is going to lead them down into corner number 3 in around 4. But I appreciate that white paint scheme with the gold rims here tonight. I do want to appreciate all the drivers for bringing out the paint schemes here tonight. And as we see right now, we're seeing green flag pit stops taking place. As you see, the 47 of Morris is going to go ahead and head down pit road. The 11 of Scruggs is going to stay out right now with Meza right behind him.
This is going to be interesting. The 37 stays out, the 78, the 2, and the 55. And the 11, obviously. So now the 11 has to figure out when's he going to go down. Are these lap down cars going to go with him to keep him? Because I know one of them is his teammate, the number 99. I don't know about the 86, but maybe they've got a strategy here to where they all come down and they stick together. Because if he comes down and the guys behind him don't come down, his race is over. As we see, he dives down. Nobody's going to go with him.
No,
nobody.
Scruggs is going to head down solo dolo Kid Cudi style down pit road right now. No friends down pit road with the 11 of Scruggs. That is not what you want to see there, Tim. He's going to come out of pit road all by himself.
Somebody cue the all by myself. I can't sing. I better stop before they fire me on week 1.
More like the violin dudes on the sinking Titanic right there. They're playing their last song as the Titanic's sinking.
Yeah.
Right now we have a new race leader on the track, and finally it is the 37 of Meza who has worked his strategy just right to get that 37 machine out front. But we'll see right now who's going to... Nope, not going to head down pit road. Maybe pushing it to the end, as right now we see the 11 coming back out on the track here.
8-second pit stop, so he went gas only. Enough gas to get him to the end. It's exactly what he did.
Splash and go action.
Try to see here. James Morrison also did the same thing. 7-second pit stop. Clayton Davis, the same thing. Pappas had an 11-second pit stop in that number 8. So now we'll see Scruggs right here. Looks like he may be able to link up with that 37 and 8. Or I'm sorry, 47 and the number 1. Looks like that's where he'll be able to link up with these two because he's just a little bit ahead of them right here.
And number 1 of Davis, we saw him do that Ricky Bobby move to slingshot his way up to the front. Just didn't pay off, as we now see the 37 of Meza down pit road, the 2 of Wade down pit road, as well as I believe the 78 of Hanley is going to head down pit road as well. So we're going to see quite the shakeup in the grid to end things off here. Right now we have 9 to go, and Tim, I believe we're going to see that reset kind of take fold with about, I'm going to say about 6 or 5 laps to go here to end things out.
Okay, everybody who just went down pit road, all a second faster on pit road compared to Dustin Scruggs, who is now behind the 47 and the number 1. And he's got to keep that draft. If he doesn't keep that draft, they're going to leave him, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly there, Tim. He's gonna hold on to that draft for dear life, just like Jack was trying to hold on to that door as he was freezing in the ocean. But it might not be
Rose is a
enough
jerk.
as Rose is just all comfortable on top of that French door
Oh, and the two
right
does
now.
not want to stay behind the 37.
He does not, as you see now, if Wade's going to overtake for the lead now on the corner number 3. We're going to see quite the shakeup of the grid here as people were heading down on these green flag pit stops. As you see right now, the top 3 are battling out there on the
Oh,
exit
here
of the
comes the
corner.
47, the 1 and the 11. All right together here. Now there's going to be plenty of people for them to draft off of.
Yeah, we're going to have quite the battle on our hands here now with 8 to go. Right now, your race leader is Wade in that 2 machine heading down into the corner. Corner number 1, that is
Here
going
comes the
around corner
47.
number 2. 47 of Morris going to go to the outside right now with a big push behind. See who's going to lead them down the backstretch here. They are side by side on the backstretch. So 47 of Morris is going to overtake right now. Big push behind him right now
Oh, and the
as they
one's
now
going to go
split.
around.
They split as Davis is going to go to the outside of the 47, heading down into 3. Going to go around 4 right now. We'll see who's going to lead them around the corner number 4 as they exit right now. They're still side by side. Take the 47 of Morris. Going to try to use some side draft to lead this lap here. With 7 laps to go, it's going to be the 47 of Morris heading down into 1.
Man, and I'm telling you that number 11, you know, I kind of counted him out after going down pit road by himself, but he is pushing that number 1 on the outside lane. Only 2 cars out there. Question is somebody going to pop out there, help that outside lane? The 55 keeps looking at both sides, doesn't know which way to go. But these guys have to make a decision here. Where do I want to be? Where do I want to set myself up here for the last 5 laps? Do I want to be in the front? Do I want to be in the back of this pack? Do I want to be pushing somebody? Do I want to be leading somebody? And now the number 1 slides into the 40 in front of the 47. Now the 11 and 37 are on the outside lane. What I don't think these guys want to have happen is I don't think they want to have the 11 lead any lane, because I'm gonna tell you what, if he's leading the lane, he's gonna win the race.
Yeah, here now we're going to cross the line here with less than 6 laps to go. It's going to be Davis, and that 1 machine is going to lead them down into corner number 1. That was a big money move. The car to be to swing that back bumper in front of the 47, but now the 47 is going to try to go to the outside right now and try to get a push from the 11 exiting out of corner number 2 now onto the backstretch. Right now, it's still Davis in that 1 lead in the race, but the 47 of Morse is going to get a big push out of the 11 right now down the backstretch. He's going to lead down into corner number 3. I think the 47 of Morse is going to lead them down. Right now, the 1 of Davis is still on his door panel. Right now, the 1 of Davis is going to get a little bit of side draft from the 47. Oh, man, that was a tight exit.
Man, and I'll tell you what, that exit of 4 will come up quick, fast, and in a hurry if you're not careful. You know, trying to keep your car on that yellow line is very difficult. I think that's another reason why I like that outside lane. I have way more room to make an error instead of being, you know, stuck down to that inside yellow line. As you see, side by side here, 3 rows deep. We've got, this is anybody's race. I'm telling you right now, it's going to come down to that final lap, the final pass after the white flag. And I don't know who it's going to be. We've got Sleeper in here. You know, the 55, the 78 of the Hanleys, they've been there but quiet, and they can make a move there at the last minute. As now that inside lane is pushing right along. The outside lane not very organized right now. They're kind of all over the place, but now their speed coming back from the outside lane with the 47 going to lead that lap.
Yeah, the 11 got really loose there. Now with 4 to go, we just start finish line now, heading down into corner number 1. Morris is going to get a big push out of the 11, but the 11's getting a little squirrely behind him. He wants to get around the 47. He's feeling the aero play with the car as we're now exiting onto the backstretch right now as Morris and that 47 is going to overtake on the backstretch here with 4 laps to go. Davis is not going to give up, though, in that 1 machine with a big push from Wade in that 2. 1-2, if you will, but it looks like it's going to be Morris still leading them down into 3. Around 4 right now. That 47 is still trying to hang on to that side draft coming off of the 1 of Davis as they're exiting 4 right now. Still drag racing here at Daytona. Looks like the 47 is going to get another big push out of the 11 to lead them to the line here. Man. With 3 laps to go. Rest in peace to Dale Earnhardt. Throw up those 3s because we have a fantastic hands here, Zib.
Man, and what a push for that outside lane. You know, loose is fast, as they say. So, man, but Scruggs is
Oh,
struggling to stay on the bumper of that 47. He's all over him. 47 or the 11 is being pushed by the 37, so it's just a big chain reaction here of push after push after push. And the 47 he could dive down if he wanted to, but he's staying in the outside lane. He does not want Scruggs to lead that lane, like I said, because if Scruggs leads that lane, he's going to get around you and he's going to win the race. Side by side here, the one's going to get a good push off of turn 4, and now the 47 is getting a good push from the 11 as they come down to the start finish line. 2 laps to go here at Daytona.
whoa! Still, just millimeters from finishing 1-2. They're at the line with 2 laps to go here. They're still drag racing down into the entry of 1, coming around 2 right now. They're still side by side. The 1 of Davis, the 47 of Morris. Still a lot of guys in contention behind them as well. We might go 3 wide to end this thing, but right now the 11 of Scruggs has got that front bumper pushing that 47 down the backstretch here. As you see, just a little bit more of a separation now. The backstretch, you see the 1 of Davis get a big push now out of the 2 down into corner number 3 as they come around here for on the front stretch towards the white flag here, Tim. We got 1 to go here at Daytona.
No green white checkers tonight. We're going to take the white flag here, and now all bets are off. Nobody's teammates, nobody's going to help you. It's going to come down to who wants to win this race here at Daytona. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm just waiting to see where Scruggs is going to make his move to make it 3 wide. And the question then will be, will the 37 go with him, or is he going to stay with the 47? And now here it is, looking.
As we're heading down the backstretch right here. No, we're looking too. We're both looking, Tim, as we're drag racing. There's no separation between the top side or the low side right now. The 47 and the 1 are side by side right now on to 3. Coming around 4. Looks like the 1's got more separation on the exit of 4 right now. It all depends on the 11. And right now, it looks like the 1 of Davis is going to win the first week of the season here.
Man.
Wow.
And
what
we're going to have
finish.
to go back. We got to go back to that because I need to look at the start-finish line because side by side, it says he won by .0. Right there it is.
What a beautiful picture that is, Tim.
Look at that.
Wow.
Right there.
What a finish.
That's a photo. That's what we like to call the photo finish. Look at it,
folks, if you're watching with us on 10-4 Broadcasting, man, what that 47 got a huge push from the 11 coming onto the front stretch there, Tim. Had enough speed. If he could have just kept that 47 just centered on the 11, he may have gotten the push he needed.
Look at that. He's he was coming. Man, just gets it. Davis just brings it home. And then they touch right after the start-finish line. Wow. What a great finish for the first race of the season.
And what a shot, too, there, Tim. Looking at that photo finish, we have a Ford Mustang, a Chevy Camaro, and a Toyota Camry right there crossing the line, pushing one another. So what a way to showcase those manufacturers, as the 1 of Davis is going to burn it down here at Daytona, and no better way to kick off a new season, kick off a new league where the league has been well established, but kick off a new season here in the Xfinity cars and just burn it down here at Daytona. What a win it was out of Davis. We saw him start to pull out those moves at the end, Tim. Really lay it all on the line, lay those chips, and it paid off dividends here at Daytona.
It really did. And, you know, look at Scruggs. He's got to feel a little defeated. You know, he led a lot of the laps here. You know, I thought he was definitely going to win the race. But like I said, they didn't let him lead any lane there at the end. So therefore, he had to use his energy to help push everybody else. They kept him at bay. As we are getting things ready here for the interviews. Looking for Wade. Don't see him yet. And do not see our race winner yet. He's still burning it down. Davis.
Man, what a race that was. We on the radio as well as Morris. I believe we're just waiting to come available to us here at 10-4 Broadcasting. But Tim, I don't think we could have asked for more
No.
here in the first race of the season. That thing was crazy at the end.
Yeah, and you know Daytona always gives us great finishes, and with these guys, I knew it was going to be great. A couple weeks ago, we were just at Daytona in the trucks. Uh, you know, they just this group of guys, no matter where you take them, you're going to get a great race.
Talking
And
about great group of guys, I believe you are catching up with our third place finisher, Ted Wade. Go ahead, take it away, Tim.
yeah, Ted Wade, our pole sitter and third place finisher here tonight. Kind of take me through. You know, you had a little damage there. I don't remember which incident you got involved in, but it doesn't look like it affected your car at all tonight.
No, I had about 25 seconds of damage there on that first stop.
Nice.
Actually got it all cleaned up and fixed, and I was very surprised that it was still competitive.
Listen, iRacing always. I don't know. Sometimes they throw you the smallest little hit and your engine blows, and then the biggest hit and you 25 seconds. I mean, the back of your car looked terrible, so I wasn't sure how it was going to handle. But man, you were able to come from the back up to the front. Just kind of take me through your night.
Oh, yeah, we just kind of hung out, tried to ride around, man, and it got a little crazy there a couple different times. Our strategy was try to push it as long as we could and just try to pit together with a good group of us. And a couple guys peeled out there on that last stop, and we decided to stretch it a couple extra laps, try to put some time on them, and it almost worked out for us.
I don't think you could ask for a better. Well, you could ask for a better finishing position, but with all things, things get crazy at Daytona, and for all the top, what let's say 7 guys being all there together right there at the end and not wrecking, you really can't ask for much more than that. Especially taking green flag pit stops.
No, no, definitely not. It stayed pretty clean there at the end, thankfully. I didn't want to see a green white checkered because that's always a mess.
Checkers, or I'm sorry, cautions breed cautions. Uh, but yeah, when Scruggs went down pit road by himself, did you think that was it for him?
Yeah, I was hoping that was it for him, man. I was hoping we could get out in front of him far enough.
That's awesome. Well, while we got you up here in the booth, you got anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out at John Hedrick over the top designs. Uh, Team we race on. He suits us up with all of our nice rides every week. People over here at NASRA, Bruzy Racewear, and Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your third place finish, and we'll see you next week.
Alrighty, thanks, guys.
That was Ted Wade, our pole sitter and third place finisher here. Man, what I'll tell you, that's one thing, Will, that it's a hit or miss coming down pit road after you've gotten some damage, and praying that your car's still going to handle after that. He was lucky enough to come away with it today and get back up there and finish third place.
Yeah, out of Wade there just really was everybody's favorite person on the track. The way he was able to
Yeah.
push people along there, but just wasn't able to cross the line first. Of course, with all that chaos going on in front of him, just wasn't able to make a move there at the end. But still, a solid way to kick off the season.
Yeah, and I believe you've caught up with our second place finisher of James Morris.
I believe I have.
Oh,
I got him
whoops.
on the radio here, and James, you're live with us here on 10-4 Broadcasting, and I wanted to ask you, man, what a first race it was here to kick off things here in the North American Sim Racing Association. I couldn't expected anything less here at Daytona, but take us through your point of view of tonight's race, and how are you able to keep that 47 out there in the lead pack so long?
I just basically just tried to stick around cars that I know were driving well. Like I was pretty comfortable anytime I was behind or in front of Dustin. Um, there at the end. I was just glad he stuck behind me to get me as far as up. So I was a little nervous he was going to try to jump outside there on the outside to go for the win at the end himself, and he just kept pushing. I was hoping that it'd get me there at the end, but didn't quite get that far. But man, that was a fun race. That was fun.
Yeah.
But in terms of not getting any damage, I just happened to be lucky enough to be in front of everything that happened. Like I was in front of all the wrecks tonight, and I'm not usually that way, and I was pretty happy for that.
You might be the only undamaged car that finished up there in the top 5, to be honest with you, James. But I wanted to ask you too. We saw the closing stages. Of course, we started out with a little bit of a fury of a pace, a couple cautions there, and then we had about a green flag run of about 16 laps, and then we had to end the stage. But there at the end, there were no cautions at all. But one thing I wanted to ask you though, it looked like you guys were able to use those lap cars. It looked like Scruggs was using those lap cars in the 11. Davis made a huge move on you as well. You had to make like a few real-time strategies there at the end because you had the lap cars, you had Davis making moves, and then as you mentioned, you had Scruggs pushing in that 11.
Yeah, there was just a lot of like I was mostly just trying to keep it to where it was at least hard to get to my outside for anybody that was back there if they wanted to try to take it 3 wide. So I was trying not to get out too far to just keep it to where me and Davis there were at the front, just because I was, first or second was what I wanted to finish, and that's what I was pushing for. Me and him though, we both pitted the same lap, me and Davis, and we got a really good run on those other guys that didn't quite get formed up all together coming out of the pits. So we had a great run catching up to them, and we were able to get around them, and they just kind of had to fall in behind us once everything got settled out.
One made just basically slingshotted, I'd say about from 4th or 5th place around you. Did you feel like they're on the last lap that maybe if you would have just stayed just a little bit more stationary in front of the 11, that maybe you would have had the speed there coming off of 3? Or did you know that Davis was probably going to be the race winner here tonight?
Well, as far back as I was going into the turn there, and how much ground I had to make up coming out of it, I was just I was actually trying to make sure that I didn't get close enough to help him either. But it was just pushing there. I didn't want to cause a wreck as much as I wanted to get as best a chance to get. And I had a good run coming. I just needed, probably 200 more feet.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking with our second place finisher here, James Morrison. James, what an excellent season here. You're probably one of the most consistent cars on the track there in that 47 machine. You come home second here tonight. How confident are you heading into next week, and do you think you can put that 47 in victory lane?
Where are we going next week?
We're not sure. We
Great
don't
question.
That's the one thing I don't actually know.
Right.
I haven't looked at the schedule. I'm mostly just doing this season part time.
Yeah.
I get called out of town for work most occasionally during the week, so I don't want to be too committed as to having fun when I have the availability to come out and race with these guys.
Awesome, James. But with that second place finish here tonight, we'd love to give you drivers the opportunity to shout out anybody you might have had watching here tonight or any sponsors you had on the side of that.
Well, honestly, this was just thrown together. This is the scheme I normally run in the opens. The officials there. In the future, there I'll have the company I work for, Cyber Technology Security. Likely they'll be on my car in the future once I get that scheme all made up. So they're on all my other series vehicles as well.
Awesome, James. Well, we appreciate you taking the time with us here tonight. Hopefully, we see that 47 back in the field next week. Not sure where we're going next week, but hopefully, we'll see that 47 in.
We'll be racing somewhere.
There we
Yeah.
go. We'll be racing somewhere, right? It might be that I see that new NASCAR Rallycross thing. Who knows? We might be taking that on next week. So, James, once again, congratulations on your second place finish, man, and one heck of a run here tonight. And have a great rest of your week.
All right, you guys have a good one too. Thanks for doing the broadcast.
Of course. Thank you. And Tim, that was James Morris in that 47. We saw James overtake the lead numerous times throughout the race, but it was those Cardi B moves, the big money moves, if you will, from that was able to overtake that 47 on multiple occasions throughout the race. And we just heard from James there. Had he just had maybe about 200 more feet there, it could have been the 47
Yeah.
that we were talking to last.
Listen, if he had the Talladega start finish line, he would have had that.
Right. Get out and run for it, I suppose. But you are down in victory lane celebrating with our first race winner here, week number 1 winner, Clayton Davis. Tim, take it on away.
Man, Clayton's got so much beer all over the track already. They've got to get the jet dryers out here to get it ready for this weekend. But man, Clayton, take me through that. Probably, I'd say the point where just before the green flag pit stops, where y'all kind of were mingling with some lap down traffic, and then had to take some green flag pit stops.
Well, first thing I just gotta say, I mean, I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence. So I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That's great.
I hung out in the back for the majority of it. I noticed a lot of these guys struggled to keep it on the yellow line. And then, so I don't know if y'all noticed, like lap 50, I was like 13th, and I was like, okay, I see how far I can get up there. And I drove around the entire pack by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, if it comes down to it and we're here the last 5 laps, this shouldn't be an issue. But then I got up to the front and we caught those lappers, and instantly I was like, all right, we're going to the back again, because I don't want to be caught up in anything. And I had pitted a lap before the stage break, and it took me 2 laps to catch them back up. So I was like 2 laps behind everyone on fuel. And I don't know how me and the guy that finished second, sorry, I'm new to this league, so I'm not familiar with names, but I don't know how we came out of the pits in a 2-car tandem and were able to not lose the lead pack. That's still mind blowing to me, and I haven't even went back and rewatched the finish yet, but I'm still so nervous right now. My hands are shaking. I've had such a tough week at Daytona in officials. I'm down like 600 IR or something like that, and so it was nice to actually have a clean race, man, and race with these guys. It's a lot of fun, and nice to know I don't have to worry about winning anymore to get into the playoffs.
Hey, there you go. That's one way to look at it. You win and you're in. That's you could have a terrible rest of the season.
Yeah, no, it's great. I can't. It's awesome not to have to worry about it anymore. So yeah, it's fun, man. I had so much fun just hanging out with those guys and racing. I just lucky for to be able to get back up there the front at the end. So
awesome. Well, congratulations again on your first place win here tonight at Daytona. Sold out crowd. I don't know if you see it on the monitor, but everybody's there. Everybody's a brother.
Yeah, it was full house.
But anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd actually made a paint about 10 minutes before this thing started, and it didn't quite render on the stream. But yeah, just shout out to my dad. I think he's probably watching now. If anyone else is watching back at the country club right now, shout out to them. I had AR Form of Construction on the car, swing shop. I guess my wife for putting up with me racing every night while she watches Netflix. And shout out to you guys in the league for putting this on and making it worth racing, man. It's a ton of fun.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations. We'll see you next week, and we'll see you in the playoffs.
There.
Well, that was our race winner here tonight, Clayton Davis, bringing it home oh so close. I mean, you look at the scoreboard, it says .00. On my end, where I can see deeper, it says .001 tenth or thousandth of a second. So ridiculously close.
It was truly ridiculously close there, Tim, but Davis really came on shot. I know how close the finish was there at the end, but Davis, as we were just talking to him a second ago, really started to make those moves. He passed 4 or 5 cars at a time in one of those moves. He got that car out front. He separated from. I think the closest that the two may have came was right there at the finish. They were side by side for a minute as well, but it always seemed like the one of Davis would inch out further, inch out a little bit. Finally just took home the race victory here tonight. So I'm really impressed out of that one of Davis. And if we look back on the broadcast there, Tim, we actually mentioned about those guys that kind of laid and waited for their moves. And it was really, I'd say, about that last quarter, the last half of the race, that Davis really started to put that gas pedal down to the floor, started to make those moves, and end up with a victory here tonight.
Yeah, and we couldn't have asked for a better finish. Really excited to see what this series is going to bring for us for the rest of the season. But from all of us here at 10-4 Broadcasting, I want to give a huge shout out to NASRA for bringing us on for this Xfinity series, and we will see all of you right back here on 10-4 Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Give us a like, follow, share, whatever. There's so many different ways to do these things nowadays. But we'll be right back here, same time next week, Thursday at 8:20. They start qualifying, so we'll be going live just a little bit before that. And we look forward to seeing you all there.